we interrupt this vacation to bring you Oktoberfest. Let's cook a meal. Figured it'd be fun to kind of do.
Oh, let's see. Let's pick a couple good ones. Let's see. This one, let's see what we got here. That's not too bad of a little guy. There's one. All right, let's find another one. Let's see how this one right here looks. And a little fat guy too. All right, we got a couple carrots. Let's go make some German food.
So, pick the veggies out of the garden. We're gonna do a pork roast pork the way they do it in Germany. So it calls for a couple carrots, an onion, which came out of our garden, some thyme, which came out of our garden. We're gonna cut these up really quick. Throw them in. Throw them in. So I'm going to get the carrots and the onions and the garlic cut up, and I'm going to throw them in there. Then we'll get the pork. Same thing, onion out of our garden. We love getting the fresh veggies. It's just so awesome. And they taste so good. All right. Ooh, that is a strong onion. It's going to make me cry. I'm going to smash the garlic. Smash it, peel it, chop it up really rough, throw it in there. I love garlic. Let me get the pork out. Okay, so we're going to put the pork in there really quick with the veggies. Right.
Somebody's noticing.
Yes, somebody is. Smelling that. I smell meat. All right, we're gonna put some thyme on it. I'm gonna grab a spoon and we're gonna put a little bit of whole grain mustard on it. Not a lot, because if you have like little ones, they're probably not gonna like it a whole lot. So I'm gonna take the whole grain mustard. I'm gonna rub some in there. So I did about a tablespoon for us. Ooh, that thyme and that mustard smells so good together. Okay. We're gonna salt, pepper it, throw a little bit of beer in, and throw it in the oven and let it cook for a couple hours. Put some pepper and some salt in here. Then we're gonna braise it with some beer. Eat it the good German flavor. Okay. All right, so I put it in my Dutch oven, and I'm gonna turn the oven on to 350. So we're gonna throw that in the oven, and we're gonna let that sit. While that's in the oven, we're gonna make a German apple cake for dessert. So a lot of fun. Let's use the apple peeler quarter slicer. All right, I'm going to move this back for a second. Hopefully this works. Let's see how it does. Okay, I'm a lefty. I got to go the other direction. All right, we ready? Let's see how this works. We're just going to peel them, cut them up, and get the cake ready. Okay, so we're going to do up the apple cake. So it calls for half a cup of powdered sugar, half a cup of butter. Let's get that in there. Let's mix that up. And then we're going to add the eggs one at a time. And then we're going to add the flour. So, all right, so now we're going to start adding the flour. Oh, keep the spoon out of the way of the beater. A little at a time, incorporate it. Okay. So we're going to scrape down the sides. Add a little bit of salt. Just a dash. All right, so we're gonna pour this in the bottom of a pan. So I greased the side and put some parchment in it. You can do a springform pan if you want to. We're going to add the apples on top. So I've got the apples all done. Very appley cake. Right now I did Honeycrisp apples. They're a little sweeter, I like them. I'll stick some back here. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna sprinkle some cinnamon over it, a little bit of brown sugar, throw it in the oven at 350. We're doing the cinnamon. Sprinkle that on top. And that goes in the oven, 350 for, check your oven, 20 to 30 minutes, we'll check it. All right, so we took the apple cake out of the oven a little while ago. The pork roast is done, so I'm gonna take the pork roast out. Then I'm gonna take time and cut up some mushrooms and stuff, and we're gonna make a mushroom gravy for it. And I'm gonna fry up some cabbage, and I bought some Spaetzle. We're gonna do Spaetzle. So we're gonna just have a great German dinner. We're gonna make a sausage and potato soup with cabbage. It's a kind of a cool day today, a little rainy out. So we're gonna, you could take any German sausage, you know, bratwurst or knockwurst, whatever you like, and cook it up in the pan. I've got some chicken bone broth back here. I've got some potatoes cut up ready to go. So I'm going to cook this up, and we're going to make a quick soup to start out. So we got the sausage cooked. There we go. So we're going to add some potatoes into it, some cabbage, and then I'm going to put in some bone broth. All right, so we threw the sausage in, the potatoes, the cabbage, and we're going to throw some bone broth in there, let that cook for a few minutes. It's a pretty quick meal, so this shouldn't take that long to cook. So I chopped up a little bit of onion and garlic, and I'm going to throw that in the soup too, just add some flavor. Just keeping it simple, a little bit of salt and pepper here in a minute. We're gonna make some mushroom gravy for the pork. So I just threw some butter in there. I'm gonna cook up some mushrooms as we go rather than a big, huge thing. Get them nice and brown. So we're gonna do this up with a little bit of salt. Soup's looking good. It's smelling good. All right, so we got all the mushrooms cooked, so we're going to pull that out, and then we're going to get some beef broth and get the gravy going. Then I'm going to saute up some Spaetzle, Count Spaetzle. So if you can't find Spaetzle, you can cook up some like egg noodles and use that. It's pretty similar. I cooked up some bacon, and I'm going to go ahead and do the cabbage first. And then I'll do the Spaetzle, and then we'll do the gravy. We'll get the gravy going so it's nice and warm. And then we'll get everything plated up. So I'm doing bacon and cabbage. So frying up some cabbage, throw a little butter, throw a little bacon in for nice smoky flavor, and it should be good. Have the cabbage done, so I'm gonna set this at the bowl. I threw the bacon in there. That looks good. Cooking up the Spaetzle, which is kind of like a dumpling noodle that they usually cook in butter, add a little bit of salt, so keep it pretty simple. You can eat it with your pork and the gravy or whatever you want to do, but we're just going to do it simple. Keep it simple today. All right, we're going to make a roux so we can do some gravy and throw the mushrooms in it. Do a mushroom gravy for over the pot roast or over the pork roast. So I did the roux, so I'm letting it, I let it cool a little bit, because if you don't let it cool before you add the liquid, you're going to have lumpy gravy, and nobody likes lumpy gravy. So got the gravy pretty much done. So I'm going to add the mushrooms, and then I'm going to taste to season, see how much salt or whatever else it needs. So